Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to another amazing segment of the Black Girl Encourage Her. We have been having so much fun this month talking about women's health. This is the Women's Health Edition, but we've been talking about women's health issues. And so if you've missed any part of the conversations on our previous episodes, do yourself a favor and go back and watch. But today is my esteemed honor to be bringing to the stage a friend to the show. Y'all know I can sit here and hype her up. We're not even going to go do that. I'm going to bring her on to the stage. Y'all remember my girl Lisette. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey. Happy to be back on the platform.
Yes. We missed you, but we are excited to have you back. But just in case there's some people who are not familiar with you, let's catch them up to speed real quick. Introduce yourself to the people, please.
All right. Hey, y'all. My name is Lisette McKenzie. I am a licensed clinical mental health counselor in North Carolina, known Sheniqua for many moons. I am the author of Making Peace with Broken Pieces. I have a new baby coming out that we'll talk about later.
Yes.
Proud to be here in this moment, Sheniqua. You know, women, everything. I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girly girl.
Yeah.
And I recognize how much we go through. I recognize how hard it is to go through these things and not have the outlet to connect with other people that understand. So I greatly appreciate this platform. And I hope everyone who's listening appreciates this platform.
I hope so too, but you know what? I think they do, because the love has been phenomenal and we welcome everyone to the show. Make certain you are subscribing, you are sharing, because tonight's conversation is for us. It's for us.
Yeah.
How you been feeling, Lisette? How you been feeling?
I have been feeling all the feels. I mean, on a good day, I'm great. On a bad day, I'm great. Don't we take it for what it is?
Yeah.
But I can't complain. You know, I can't complain. This thing of growing up, you know, all the many women who have grown up before us didn't tell us about all the things. Well, we've heard tale about the things that we experience as we get older. But now that we have finally reached that platform, I wish I understood it more. I wish I could skip it more so. But here we are. I can't complain.
Yeah. But you know what? Many of us, Lisette, we know we shouldn't complain because God is good, you know, all the time, right? You know, we know that part. We blessed and highly favored. Yeah. Fast forward through it. But girl, we're tired. We're tired. We're tired of many things, of most things. There's probably not a whole lot of stuff that we're not tired of.
Preach.
So tonight's episode is dedicated to all of the queens who can finally sit in a space and say, girl, I'm tired. So we're going to talk to the tired Black woman tonight. We're going to talk to the sis who is tired of it all. Let's talk about some things. And let's talk about the space that you're in with your counseling and the works that you do, so that we can get into this conversation about what women are experiencing.
Sure, absolutely. So I guess my niche is more, I get the frequent flyers, I get those unwanted guests, the anxiety, the depression, but I kind of tend to hone in on how women specifically deal with relationships, dealing with anxiety, dealing with depression, dealing with all the other plethora of things that we have to manage in our daily lives while showing up for ourselves, showing up for our jobs, showing up for our children, showing up for our husbands if we're married, boyfriends if we're not. Like we're expected to be so many things
Mm-hmm.
all at once, but we're not expected to lose steam.
Mm-hmm.
There's very rarely space in this world, regardless of where you are, to not have energy to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I find a pattern so frequent with a lot of my clients. They're tired. They're
Mm-hmm.
tired of, and sometimes they don't even really know why they're tired. They don't know how to
Nope. Nope.
pinpoint where exactly this exhaustion is coming in. But
Mm-hmm.
if you pull back all the layers to the onion, you get to see that they're tired because they don't have space. They're not provided with space to just
Mm-hmm.
be,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've heard so many different things. I've heard, and not from clients. I've heard just in conversation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, talking about women's pain or Black women's pain, and people are really offended at the thought of Black women having pain, and it's frustrating to me because why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you frustrated about someone expressing how tired they are? Being tired is a very big pain point. So why are you frustrated with it? And if you are frustrated with it, imagine how the person dealing with it feels.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I like to provide a platform where they can come, where my clients can come, or anybody, whoever I talk to, they can just come and just be. There's
Mm-hmm.
no judgment. I'm not looking at you differently because most likely I understand in some way. I understand what you're going through.
Yeah, yeah. That safe space is definitely needed because we're not given the space in this world to admit how we feel.
Not at all.
So when somebody asks you how you're doing, you give the politically correct response. I'm
I'm
fine.
fine. I'm great.
God is good. Ain't nobody asks you that.
Mhm.
Right?
I'm
Nobody
great.
asks you that.
Mhm.
Right? And it's like a sin for us to express our emotions. We think that it's us complaining. And when we do express it, like you said, if we say that we're tired, if we say that we're in pain, people look at us. They almost look at us like we're these superhumans to be studied and poked and prodded. And then we start to believe that myth with ourselves. And so we get up and we persevere and we keep going. There's a painting, and I really should look up who the painting is by, but there's a famous painting of a black, and I know you know this painting. It's the black woman sitting on the
Sitting
bed,
on the
at
edge
the
of
edge
the
of the
bed.
bed, and
Mhm.
her nightgown is like half off her shoulder, and
Yes.
sis is tired.
Yes.
Okay. She's
Yes.
tired, but she gets up. And we can imagine what the rest of the painting doesn't show. She gets up, she tends to the kids, she goes off to work, she's there for hours and hours on end, and then she comes back and it's just a wash and repeat. And every day she's sitting in her tiredness, having to boost herself up, having to hype herself up, having to be her own cheering squad. But even that gets tiring.
Tired. Yep. Yeah.
So you decided to come out of retirement.
I did.
Yay! Okay. You finally decided to come out of retirement and write a new book. You guys, let me show you this new book, which releases today. Okay. So what do you think we're doing here today? Okay. This is the launch of her book. And if you haven't gotten this beauty right,
Look at
come
that.
on, Diary of a Tired Black Woman. Come on. Says, tell us a little bit about this book. Why should people go to Amazon like right now? Right now,
While
to get
you were while you were speaking, Sheniqua, I kept saying in my head, I have a chapter about that. I have a
woo.
chapter about that. I have a chapter about getting up, having feeling like you have to do every single thing. I
Mhm.
have a chapter about being misunderstood. I have a chapter about not having the strength to feeling like you don't have the strength, but still finding strength to continue to carry on. There is a
Yep.
chapter about all of that. And how this book came about is literally about conversations that I had been having, had been hearing. and the narrative were so similar. It's amazing how so many of us experience so many of the same things and feel so alone, right? You
Mhm.
feel like you're going to be persecuted if you share a story. You feel like you're going to be persecuted if you admit what they would think is a weakness. That's not being tired is not weak. That
Mm-mm.
means you're human.
Mhm.
And there have been so many conversations, like even now or prior to completing the book, I would be talking to people. I'm like, wow, I have a chapter about that.
Mhm.
And that's because I held off on even reaching back out about this book.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? I really have to let it go. I really have to bring this out to have women, to have a place where women can just connect.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're so grateful that you did. This book, let me do a shameless plug. Like, I'm the publisher of this baby, right? So I'm the midwife that helped this Stronger Through Faith Media in the house, right? This is what we do. This is the type of goodness that we produce. And one of the joys that I get with being a book publisher is being able to sit behind the scenes, and I get the first peek at the masterpieces. I get the first glimpse at it. And when my soul starts stirring, I'm like, yo, this is good. This is good. I cannot wait for you to get this book in your hands. I mean, y'all have to have Amazon Prime because you need this book in 2 days or less. It is rich, it is thick, it is full. It has a story that resonates with every woman. I mean, how many chapters is it? Like 20, 25,
20, I think it's
something,
22, 22, I
22
think.
chapters. So there's a chapter. I'm telling you, you're going to be able to identify yourself in one of these chapters.
You
So
know
make
what?
certain you get the
Like,
link in the description section and get it from Amazon today. Today.
you
Okay.
know what, Shaniqua?
Yes, ma'am.
They may be able to identify with every chapter in this book. When I
Girl.
tell you, just in writing it. So the layout of the book is, it's diary entries. It's not
Mhm.
story form. It's diary entries. And as I reread it after it was written and I read it, I identified with certain parts of every chapter. And a
Mhm.
lot of these stories are not necessarily mine, right?
Mhm.
So I feel like
Mhm.
whoever reads the book, whoever is alive and picks up this book,
Mhm.
there is something in each chapter that you're going to resonate with, and it's just one other way for you to connect with the rest of the world.
Mhm. And you know, it's funny that you say like these are not your stories per se, but you are the orchestrator, like you are the author of it. You have penned the stories. The way the chapters read, you would think that you've lived through all of this because you've tapped in so deeply, or like you had the inside scoop, like the one on the side, the girl, we feel like this, say that, like you really channeled into it. Because when I was reading many of the chapters, I was just like, whoa, like how did she put words to what I was feeling? Like, how did she know? And so when you read this book, you all are going to be like, wow, she's talking to me. Like, she crept into my room in the middle of the night, went into my lower left drawer, broke the lock, got into my diary, and put it in her book. That's what she did. That's what she did. That's how she did it, right? And it's just so rich. Um, do you have the titles of some of the chapters? Do you remember some of the titles?
Um, my favorite title,
Mhm.
the one that I can say is a part of me right now, is the one
Mhm.
about hormones.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Girl,
Yes, girl. Yes, yes.
we
Hormones,
we be
hormones.
pausing all over the place.
Yeah.
So we have hormones, we have the job description I never agreed to.
Mhm.
Um, we have oh my gosh, what's the one about the crown, about hair? Hair is a big
Mhm.
topic with Black
Mhm.
women. Um,
Mhm.
we have the dating swamp. There are just so many different things,
So
and
many.
it has nothing to do with bashing men. You
Mm-mm.
will be surprised how many men, and I'm not bashing men, but
Mm-hmm.
when they see a woman and it's a Black woman and they're tired, they automatically think it's about them. It
Mm-hmm.
absolutely is not.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish there were men that would come for. I would love to create a book called The Diary of a Tired Black Man, because I know they get tired too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
until then, I would just like to
Yeah.
honor the women who are going through things. I understand they're going through things. I
Mm-hmm.
can connect to what they're going through. And I guarantee you, there is a chapter in this book that you will relate to.
Yeah, and I remember one of the chapters in particular, like you talked about the hair. Ladies, like we never realize how much weight we carry just with our hair alone. I remember working in corporate. First of all, I used to always tell people, don't mark me by my hair. So if you're going to remember me based off of the hairstyle you see me, you're going to be meeting a new person every 3 to 4 weeks. And they would literally act as though you were brand new, like they didn't remember you. And they would just be so flabbergasted by the changing of your hair. So this week it's down to my waist. It's long, it's flowing, it's swinging all over the place. And then next week I'm rocking a curly fro. And to be honest with you, I never wore my natural hair when I was working. I mean, period. In any like corporate job, it's always been
Mhm.
braids, weaves, wigs, this, that, other, because those were the type of styles that made people comfortable. So it's like and then I don't want the pressure. Now, I love changing my hairstyle. I switch up different colors and all of that, but I don't need you making a big deal about it because I come into the workplace on Monday with a new look. Just say I look nice and keep it going. But you all in all, you want to touch, you want to feel, you want to smell, you want to do it. You're like, how long did it take? I don't
Ah,
want to carry that. I
yeah,
don't want to hold your curiosity and your intrigue. I just want to be.
yep.
I just want to be.
And you said the most important thing for their comfort, like they're just not comfortable in corporate. They may be. I mean, we have a law now. Ironically, we need a law to be able to wear our hair the way it naturally grows out of our head. That's a whole nother thing. I won't even go there.
Yeah.
But they're beginning to see it more, but that doesn't make it more comfortable for us,
Mm-mm.
right? Everything that we do, even from the way we look, like if you're not smiling, there's a problem, right?
Girl.
If
Because my
it,
resting face, and you and I are like carbon copies on this. Like our resting face is a screw face.
and
So
it
I
is what
have
it
to
is.
tell myself, I have to, and especially like when I'm around other people, I have to put on like a particular face. I have to train my facial muscles to rest in a otherwise, Sheniqua, what's the matter? Nothing is wrong. Like leave me.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
pressures. You don't even realize the pressures. You just normalize it and you get through it and you go along to get along. But all of these things weigh us emotionally, mentally, physically until we're burnt out.
yep, yep.
I did pull a quote. I did pull one quote. You wrote, healing doesn't require approval. It simply requires commitment.
Yeah.
When I tell you that little sentence set me free. I don't need anyone else's permission to begin my healing journey. I just have to keep showing up for it. And one thing I can say about the healing process, because myself, I am personally going through the healing process. Why? Because I deserve it. It's not because I'm trying to get ready for my next and all the I need to be healed. I owe it to myself to see what I look like untired, unburdened.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a pretty journey. Thought it would be, but it's not.
Not at all. Not at
But
all.
it's necessary.
The crazy thing, Sheniqua, we all know that there's always going to be some part of us that needs to heal from something. As we grow out of this old skin into the new skin, like there's always going to be some part of us that needs to heal. The problem that I'm finding is when a lot of people go on this quote unquote healing journey, they don't really realize what they're trying to heal from. Right? Some people they're trying to heal, they're trying to figure out what's wrong with them. When in reality, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that they're trying to grow into this new skin that other people are going to be comfortable with. So you're going from one place of discomfort into a new place of discomfort because you still can't be yourself. So when you incorporate someone else's discomfort into your healing journey, you're not healed. You're not going to be healed.
No.
It's not going to happen.
Wow. Let's talk about this undiagnosed PTSD.
Listen.
Because that's the root cause of it. So
listen.
Diary of a Tired Black Woman she's not just tired because she didn't get 8 hours of sleep.
No.
This is an exhaustion that is down to a cellular level. But it legitimately comes from PTSD.
We are literally dying over being #tired. We're so afraid. There's a chapter in this book and it talks about pain, right? And it encompasses, we know what we feel in our bodies, right? And then when we might go to a doctor and we're telling this doctor what we're feeling, and this doctor is writing us off because they're the doctor. We don't know. We've been in this body for so long. We don't know what we're feeling until the doctor knows. They're writing it off, right? So then that's messing with us because what is wrong with me, right? So now every time I feel something, every time a woman feels something, now she got a second guess, like she's scared, like is this just all in my mind, is this real? She's traumatized. She doesn't know. Like, we go through so much. We think we have a headache. How many people have aneurysms because they just have a headache? How many people have a heart attack because they're having chest pain, but they feel like somebody's gonna say, oh, you have gas. Oh, you have heartburn. So they don't want to talk about it. They're traumatized. They're traumatized at all the negative remarks that they get when they reach out for help. So why not stay silent?
And I've been in healthcare, been a registered nurse for 20 plus years. And unfortunately, I've experienced it. I've been a patient and I've experienced practitioners being dismissive. And it's not even those that don't look like me. I've had those who quote unquote look like me be dismissive of me as well. I remember there was a time where I had just had surgery and they discharged me home with Tylenol and ibuprofen. I said, well, if that's all you're going to give me, I can go home and take care of myself. I don't need to sit here so that you can charge my insurance company thousands of dollars.
Yes.
And I didn't leave AMA, Against Medical Advice, but I was persistent. I'm like, give me my papers so that I can go. And I'm like, and I'm a registered nurse. I've worked this side of healthcare, and you all are going to treat me, the soldier in the trenches, like this?
Yep.
I said, yeah, that's why I was the type of nurse that I was always and still am to this day an advocate for the people. Because no matter the title, I still experience the judgment. And most of the time, it's simply because of the amount of melanin
You have.
that I
Yep.
have in my skin.
Yeah. It's sad.
It's a reality. So if
Mhm.
anybody is watching and like, no, you guys are making this up. No, ma'am. No, sir. This is our reality.
And that's the problem that I have. It's people like that that say it's not true, that
Mhm,
go against what your own personal experience is to tell
mhm,
you something that they may have never experienced for themselves,
mhm,
but to tell you that what you are actively going through is not real.
mhm,
That's why so many Black women feel disconnected. They
mhm,
don't want to talk because
mhm.
nobody who's going to believe me.
Yep,
There's a
yep.
lot of women out here who are going through the same thing, but they're afraid to open their mouth to say something about it.
Mhm. I had a doctor do was an ovarian biopsy, cervical ovarian. I think it was ovarian, cervical biopsy, cervical biopsy in the office. And I was like, you do that in the office? Yeah, we do it in the office. That was the most painful,
Mm.
painful, one of the most painful experiences that I've ever had. So you mean to tell you don't give no anesthetic, nothing, no type of anesthesia, no type of numbing pain medicine, and you're going deep, deep into the layers to scrape a portion of my cervix,
Mm.
and it was excruciating. And I was like, I just wondered. I know they do this procedure, but I just wondered, like, because I was a Black woman, oh, she should be able to tolerate this.
That's how they see us. And that's proven. There have been studies on that they take Black women's pain
Mhm,
and in comparison to our Caucasian counterparts,
mhm,
we're not measured the same. Our pain is very different.
mhm.
Our pain is exaggerated. That has been proven.
And these are conversations that we're not having. Like many people are afraid to have these types of conversations because you don't want to exclude anybody. You don't want to make nobody feel uncomfortable. But this is our reality. Like, at what moment in time can we lay this weight, this burden down? Because you know what? We're tired. We're
Mhm.
tired of having to carry this burden just so that somebody else can be comfortable. And so we experience the discomfort to make someone else comfortable. And
All the
I'm so
time.
grateful that you wrote this book, that is going to shine the light. And I hope that it will start a conversation, because at the very least, we need to be having these conversations with each other, because oftentimes we don't even have these conversations with each other. And I remember when I was going through my experience of divorce, and I was down. I was down. And one day, I reconnected with my sister, and she was like, sis, come to my house. And she had just had a baby. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go see the baby or whatever. And I remember when I started telling her that I was going through the divorce, and she was like, sis, she's like, why didn't you tell me? Like, when y'all were having trouble, she was like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, you know what? I don't even know.
Embarrassment, shame, guilt, failure, all these feelings that go through being human.
Yeah. So even sometimes your closest friends, you don't let your hair all the way down.
Mhm.
You'll tell them a little bit, but you won't go further because of fear of being judged, fear of being looked at as not strong, right? Because we carry this badge and we wear it, we're going to wear it to our graves. strong Black woman. We're strong. We're strong. We're strong. Well, who says you? Nobody say you ain't strong. Just because you're tired, just because you're having a moment, doesn't mean you're not strong. You're human. You're not superhuman. You're human.
I got a chapter about that.
Girl. Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of chapters. And let me show the book again because it's just so pretty. Ain't she pretty? It's available on Amazon right now, you guys. The link is in the description box. So you can just go ahead and copy that, cut it, paste it, wherever you got to do it to get this book today. You do not want to wait. Now, Lisette, there is a chapter, and I remember this. I don't remember exactly what the chapter's called, but it was for me because I was like, baby. You talked about one of my favorite subjects as of late, the soft girl life, that soft girl era.
Yes.
It's like a hashtag goal from being the tired Black woman to walking into the space of soft girl.
Yes. I think a lot of us want to be that soft. Like we don't want to be strong. I don't know where that concept came from. We just happen to we're tired, we get up and we do. Just because we're tired don't mean we stop. But we don't always want to be strong. When I hear people say strong Black women, I'm expecting some big muscular woman to come out. Like, no, we want to be soft. We want to be fun. You know, we don't want to hold all of that responsibility. We want to be able to enjoy life, enjoy the things we just want to, and we need to. It's only right for us to, but we have to be willing to accept what comes with that. And
so let's define soft girl life. Like, let's define that for the people. So we know what the tiredness feels like. I don't think we need anybody to define what our exhaustion looks like. But let's talk about the goal. Let's talk about what the other side looks like.
That is going to be different for each and every one of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are some women who aren't the cuddly. I'm that one. I'm not the cuddly type, so I don't need my man to come in and hold me all the time. I don't need that, but I do need to be seen. I do enjoy conversations, good deep conversations. I do enjoy putting my feet up. I do enjoy being taken out sometimes. So whatever it is that makes you feel rested, relaxed, that you can put your hair down and feel vulnerable. Soft girl is being vulnerable.
It is.
It's
And
being
safe.
okay.
Being soft for me, it's being safe. Safe enough where I can take my lashes off, I could take the wig off, I can, take the waist trainer off, and that I can be beautiful in my fullness.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my imperfections. And it comes from, like you said, it's very unique for everyone. I am in this moment, this stage of my life, and I love it. And I'm getting a taste of soft girl life. And when you get a taste of it, you ain't going back. I will cut you.
At all.
If you try to make me go back, no way. It's just this feeling of I don't have to man everything. I don't have to be the one making all the decisions. And as a unmarried mother of two young men, I've had to live that life for a long period of time. And now I'm at that space where I don't want to hold that anymore. Before, I used to wear it around like a belt, like it was my badge of honor. And now I'm like, ew, that clashes with my shoes. I don't want that. I don't want to be the alpha. I don't want to be. And if I'm ever in a space where I have to be, I'm not going to hang out there. I don't want to be there. Because to me, that's what softness feels like, where I don't have to be on the defensive. I don't have to I don't have to watch what I say. I can say what I want to say. I say what I want to say, because my feelings are more my top priority than someone else's. I'm not going to hold in what it is that I need to say. Now, yes, I use discernment and wisdom to, and I ask the Lord, soften these words. But if they come out a little rough, that's just the way it is, because it needs to be said. And I have to release that rather than me holding on to it. Because when I hold on to it, I hurt myself. So here it is. I'm trying to protect you. And so that you don't get cut and that you don't get bruised, where chances are you have a wound that needs to be cut, needs to be debrided. And I don't want to cut you. So I won't say it, but I'm in turn cutting myself. At the workplace, in relationships, in friendships, in the community that you serve. It happens everywhere we go. In our churches.
Got a chapter about that.
Sure do. Sure do. We're getting hurt from and it's not just one hit. Everywhere you go, Monday morning, boom, black eye at the job. You come on, uppercut, here comes your kids. Uppercut, here comes your relationship. Here comes, your obligations and your commitment. And then you go to church on Sunday and they over there beating you upside the head too.
Yep. Yeah.
We tired.
We are.
So what's the remedy? How do we get to? I know how, because it's how the journey I'm taking. But maybe something as a clinician. Maybe something that can kind of help me go through what I'm going through a little less, because it's painful.
It is. Not always. There's no cure for the pain. Like we have
no special balm or any. No, you don't have no numbing medication. No, nothing. We just got to go through it.
You got to go through it. You got to be willing to. You got to be willing to go through it. Like you got to know that you're worth going through it. You have to know that the life that you want to have and the way you want to feel in that life is worth the struggle. Because
what if they don't know what their life should look like? Like what if they don't even have the vision? They're so burnt out and so burdened that they don't even have the vision.
Community. You got to know you're not alone. Like we go through these things and we bounce these ideas off of ourselves. You're not going to get any new information.
Yeah.
You have to form community. You have to be willing to talk about it. You have to find that safe space. And it's sad because we don't have that many, right? You have to be able to find that or be willing to create that safe space in your community where women just like you can come in and talk about the things that are bothering them and not feel judged.
Yeah.
Because that's going to cause them to shut down and then they try to figure things out on their own.
Yeah. What I keep seeing is us scooping one another up. Mm-hmm. So as we have conversations like this, it's scooping up a woman. And if someone shares this podcast out, it scoops up another one. So we're just going, like we're sweeping through the streets and we're just scooping up a sister and we're just grabbing a sister along and we're just inviting her in. We're just creating a safe space for her to have conversation, for her to hear her feelings, her thoughts and her emotions. And she don't even have to say it. There's a chapter in the book for her. So I do even want to encourage people, when you get this book, if you're able, and I believe that you will be able, get to. I know you're like, Sheniqua, stop it. You're just trying to get sales for your client. That too, but no. That's too, no, but no, right? Because what I'm seeing in my head is the scooping. And if you have because I'm not gonna lend you my book, because if I don't get it back, then we got a problem. Right. But if I have another book, I could just bless you. Absolutely. Here's this for you. Like, so get another copy and just bless somebody. No conversation. No, girl, I see you. Just got this for you.
Yeah.
Got this for you. So today's the day. Get it from Amazon, get to and bless someone. Sharing this message out is wonderful. We love that because it gets the messages out. But don't forget to get the book and give it as a gift to someone, because there are certain conversations that we're just not even having, even with our bestie.
Yep.
And I've been blessed to have some really, really amazing friends in my life. And one of them, Sean, hey, y'all know Sean, right? Sean was on the Black Girl Encourage Her panel discussion when we were talking about perimenopause. Sean has been my friend for a really, really long time. And I would tell Sean everything. However, Sean and I used to do this thing called confessions.
Mm.
And when we called confessions, it was like, uh-oh, we listen and we don't judge. But when we did it, it was because something occurred and we had not shared it.
Mm.
And then it was time for us to come clean. So even with all of the amazing friendships that I've had, I don't tell everybody everything.
Yeah.
Now, I do have people that seem to tell me everything because I have that I listen and don't judge.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no disrespect to anyone who I call friend, sister, whom I love. It's no disrespect. It's just the level of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
If the world makes me feel like I'm even unsafe whispering this to you, Houston, we have a really, really, really big problem. But then I do have some friends where I will lay it. Yeah, I will lay it down like, yep. Like, and judge your mama. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. But then it's even rare that we have conversation. Like, it's just so many complexities to it all. But it starts with us seeing ourselves and identifying ourselves. And like we've been talking about this book, Diary of a Tired Black Woman, you will be able to identify. There is a chapter in there with your name on it. And when you get the book, just go ahead and put your name on all of the chapters that resonate with you.
Yeah.
So it puts a voice. And that's actually what it feels like. You put words to the voiceless feeling. And it's like, wow, that's what I was trying to say, but didn't know how to express it. But then there's help. Tell us about the Broken Crayon Initiative, please.
Of course. So the Broken Crayon Initiative, I am the sole mental health counselor and the owner. I am located in Raleigh, North Carolina. I do accept insurance, and I can see anyone in the state of North Carolina. If you're nearby, you can be seen in person. If you are farther away, we can definitely do virtual. I don't judge. My doors are always open. Your little ones, send me them little girls. I was a little girl. Send me them little girls. Because they need guidance. Little girls aren't always comfortable going to mom and dad about what they're experiencing in school. And as those hormones start revving up, like they're not comfortable. Send them to me. We will talk it out.
Yeah.
I will always be that. And I think for me, the Broken Crayon Initiative for me is what I didn't have when I was growing up. Not to say that I didn't have people that I could talk to. I just didn't have that comfort. Like I didn't realize that it was okay. So the Broken Crayon Initiative is that place that it is okay. You come in and you say what you need to say. You don't have to worry about finding the right words. You say it exactly how it comes out. I'm an adult. I know how to ask for clarification.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have
they don't have to come in protecting your feelings.
No,
right?
Not at all. Not at all.
Nice.
Come as you are, and we'll work through it.
Yeah, I love that. So you all make certain you follow her. She's on Instagram. They have the Instagram page, the Broken Crayon Initiative. And even if you are not in the North Carolina, because I know everybody's like, well, I'm not in North Carolina, boo, 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 boo. You can still support the mission. The Instagram page has a world of, encouragement and inspiration. And you can go on the website, and I'll put everything is in the description box. So you'll have everything so you can check it out. Maybe you want to be a blessing to just the project in itself. Maybe you want to volunteer. Maybe you want to, sow a seed, whatever. We don't know what you stand in need of, Lisette, but it's just about how do we create larger spaces? Like, how do we get this message out to people? And old-fashioned word of mouth, social media is cool and all, but old-fashioned word of mouth is still trending when it comes to referrals, right? So if you know someone in the North Carolina area, speak about the Broken Crayon Initiative. Send them to Lisette. Like, let's get the connection going, so that way people are not dying because they don't have the connection.
Mm-hmm. Dying silently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lisette, before you go, talk to us tired women, please. What would you say to us tired women?
Well, for one, you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Your story may be unique to you, but that same story is unique to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is life. Yes, we all go through things. You don't have to necessarily go through it alone. That doesn't mean that the person that you do finally reveal your concerns to is going to be able to fix that problem.
Mm-hmm.
But just having that person, that shoulder to lean on, it does so much.
Mm-hmm.
Just feeling like you're heard, you're seen, and you're not alone. Like, loneliness is one of the biggest things. You don't want to be different. You don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
seen different. I promise you, you're not. I
Yeah.
promise you, you're not.
You
Leave
don't
that
want to be
person a
seen
friend.
less than. That's what it is too. It's like you don't want, in your greatness, like you want to be seen stellar and shining a bright star. You don't want people to see your weakness. You only want people to see your strengths.
There is no strength without weakness, though. There
True,
isn't.
true, true,
There
true.
isn't.
Man, y'all go get this book. Let's look at her one more time because she's so pretty.
Okay.
It is available on Amazon. It launches today. So you actually late to the party because we've been rocking it out. We've been promoting. We've been pushing it. We've been talking about it all day. So this is just the cherry on top to kind of scoop up those people who didn't get around to it, or for those people where we put it off. We say, oh, I'm going to do it later on. Well, now is later, okay? Now is later. Get it now, because if you like us and perimenopause gonna kick in, she gonna be like, you don't need that book, girl. You do. And get it before she tells you otherwise, right? Because she will make you forget, and you be like, what book was I supposed to get? It's called Diary of a Tired Black Woman, and there is a chapter for each of us to identify with, if not multiple chapters. And we might have to have Lisette come back. We might need to do like a book club. Lisette, before I let you go, girl, what happened to that? What was the name of that thing that you was doing? You know what I'm talking about, because you was meeting with people, and we was, look, she's trying to act like perimenopause it got her brain. No, she remember you used to do, what was it called?
Let's talk, sis. I do need to bring it back. So let's talk, sis. I do need to bring it back. And for anyone that is not in North Carolina, Let's Talk Sis would be perfect for them. Now, it's not clinical. I don't get clinical in Let's Talk Sis. There's no diagnosing. There's nothing like that. We're just coming together and we're talking. We're having those solid conversations that we need to have.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways that we can address some of the things in this book. Now, there are some people who may need to take it a little bit more the clinical route. We can definitely talk about finding you somebody in your area. But yeah, Let's Talk Sis is definitely an outlet for that.
Let's do something. We got to color, because I'm always pushing her. I'm her friend, and I can. She lets me, right?
I do. I appreciate
it. She lets me. But let's do a book club discussion.
Okay.
We can do a
Okay.
Let's Talk Sis. The Black Girl Encourage Her presents Let's Talk Sis. Let's do something. Let's do something where we do like a book club, like a reading of like a couple of chapters, and like we really just deep dive. We identify ourselves in it, and we just really have a real to real conversation
Okay.
about what's going on, because I think that will be helpful. You see how I look out for everybody. I'm an advocate for y'all, right? Because I know y'all leaving here like, dang, she's in North Carolina. I'm not in North Carolina, but what if I need help too? And so the let's just talk. Let's talk. It's a forum.
It's a forum. Yep.
It's a forum for us to come and bring our burdens. We don't have to wear the makeup, the mask. We don't have to hide. It's just a safe space.
Yep. All right. That sounds like a plan. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So we're gonna brainstorm a little bit more. We're gonna let y'all know, and we'll invite you in, and we'll talk about it. We'll see if we're gonna air it live, or if we're just gonna do like how you would normally do it in a Zoom and just create a safe space and keep it for whoever's in there. So y'all have to stay in the know. So make sure y'all follow Lisette on Instagram. You are on Facebook. Is the Broken Crayon Initiative on Facebook as well?
It is on Facebook. However, I have not been good at keeping up with it. I
It's
will
okay.
probably look. I'll probably do better. But I
Okay.
am on Instagram.
Okay, so y'all follow her on Instagram. She is on Facebook personally, Lisette McKenzie. All of the links are in the description box. Go there, get the book. We're gonna show it one more time because you need to make certain that you get this book and that you are supporting this initiative, because at the end of the day, broken crayons,
Real color.
they still color.
Hmm.
They still color. Lizette, it's always a pleasure sitting and chatting with you. You guys, make certain you connect with her, because there will be more from her. And I'm so delighted that she has released this book, baby, to the world, because it was long awaited.
Yep.
She made y'all wait a long time for Making Peace with Broken Pieces. And if you didn't get that book, you need to get that and get the Diary of a Tired Black Woman. Okay, so you gotta play catch up, because she hits when she hits heavy. And it's so super impactful. People are still talking about Making Peace with Broken Pieces. So I know the people are screaming and shouting and rejoicing, because there is finally another one, and it's going to bless you all. Lizette, any parting words you'd like to share with the people?
Um, I'm looking forward to Let's Talk Sis. I'm
Yes,
glad you mentioned that. For
yes,
anybody not in North Carolina, even for people in North Carolina, I'm looking forward to creating that community.
yes. I'm looking
So I
forward
hope
to
to see
it.
you all there.
Absolutely. So we'll powwow, we'll get some dates together, and we're going to make it happen. Lizette, hang out for just a second. Let me give the people their marching orders. Come on, y'all. Look, take a look at that book one more time. Fire, 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 fire. Y'all make sure y'all go to Amazon and pick up this book today, because it releases today. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this segment of The Black Girl Encourage Her. And you will tune in next week for another equally amazing episode. But before you do, make certain you hit subscribe and you are sharing, because we got to go out there and scoop another sister up, because we going to be tired of being tired, and we're not doing that no more. We going full steam ahead into our soft girl era. Amen. All right, everyone, you have a beautiful and blessed rest of your evening, and I'll see you again on the next episode of The Black Girl Encourage Her.